No. You gotta start shooting that three. If he shot 2 or 3 of those a game, I know you would not have the inside. DeLon to right. And the kick out. Tracked down by Harris and a slam dunk.
He was a good get for them coming over. And I think he would have gone a lot higher if he was healthy the entire year. And I think Tom Crean still has his job at Indiana.
This is the shot with the offensive board.
Harris, three-pointer.
First half before he got his rhythm. That was a really tough one. He got to fall through.
Stop and start. Tobias Harris throws that moon ball through.
But Avery Bradley hustles to get it. Tobias calls for it. Fires from the corner. Fills it up. He was unreal in the first quarter.
Let's see if he's still there.
Yes, he is.
Pistons the ball and a 5-point lead. Elbow jumper, Tobias Harris.
He's cooking.
Tobias Harris, he has made 6 out of 7 shots, including a pair of 3. When your best player is also one of the nicest guys in the league, that's a nice combination to have. Tobias Harris has played really well here in this first quarter. He's in double figures.
Got some tired players on the floor right now. It was the first game. We're almost halfway through this first quarter. There's no stoppage.
Tobias Harris hits a three-pointer.
Pistons up 10-8. And Tobias on the drive lays it in.
Soft shot with the left hand.
Harris along the baseline.
Walker set him up to get a good clean look on his first shot.
Tobias Harris.
In Washington history. Climbing the charts in minutes played too. Harris with a tough take on the baseline.
Harris score the field goal. He's fouled on the play, and if it's on Gortat, that'll be his second.
And making Washington have to work out at the half court will be critical.
Harris took it right at Gortat and rimmed home.
Pick and roll action where he's rolling to the hoop. Occasionally they'll post it, but a lot of his stuff comes away from the post area.
Harris continues to stay red at 16-footer. And Drummond wanted it more. Good look. Harris for the jam.
Nice.
Now down 87-78 with just under 6 minutes left. Tobias Harris with a drive and the deuce.
Get this thing into a single digit. Maybe then things tighten up even more for Philadelphia. Nice move that time by Tobias.
Yeah, nice
from
jump
Anthony Tolliver. They need a spark now. And the question is, who will be the one to provide it, George?
Will be Tobias, scores there in the paint.
As they, stay in this league, and as I mentioned, Amir's in his 12th season now.
Well, you work on your game, you get better, and he has done that. And
the young season as Embiid goes to the wood. The whistle's silent. Joel posting up. That's a good sign. Here is Harris. Embiid going for the block, and Joel arguing at the other end that he was
getting it down to single digits and nowhere near in shouting distance.
Great poke away by Tobias Harris.
There you go.
Wow, add that to the Tobias Harris resume. Lee Johnson's come alive tonight as well. Ish gives to Tobias. That's a long, long three, but it's through.
Doesn't matter.
Nice ball movement by Detroit. Sets up Tobias Harris. He's now 5 of 7 from downtown. Allenson for 3.
Man.
Harris for 3.
Man.
Teague pestered by Jackson, turns it over. Pistons running the floor. Tobias Harris says thank you very much.
The floor and attack all the time, and I'm a big Jamal Crawford fan. Tobias Harris spaces the floor again. He's really shot the ball well in this game.
Harris, contested jumper.
Brand new shot clock, of course. That thing clanged off the rim. Avery Bradley, topside Tobias, fires, fills it.
see the versatility of Tobias Harris to start at the 4 and then move to the head. Towns popped instead of rolled. He would have been wide open because of the drop coverage by Andre Drummond.
Tobias Harris trailing the play, drills the jump 6th most in the league. There's another turnover right there, and here come a couple more points off turnovers. Tobias on him. Towns loses the basketball. And Tobias Harris cashes it in. Harris, already 2 games this season with over 25 points.
See the skill of Tobias Harris.
Lose sight of what was truly important. And what did Pat Riley always talk about? Human nature and fighting against it.
Oh my goodness. 2 in a row from deep for the Tobias
like
Harris.
two-way players, and Bradley is just that. Plays both ends equally effective.
Harris wants the 3. Got the 3.
Lure the board. Harris on the run and got a bounce. His first points of the ball game.
Reggie Jackson crosses over. Back top side of Tobias. Clock at 6. Rainbow gun goes! Tobias from way downtown.
Got to help out.
Tobias Harris, runner in the lane, is good, and he is fouled.
Jackson shovels it to Harris. Spinning and filling it up.
Huge. Man, all 3-pointers. 2 by Hardaway.
Harris tries to answer and does.
He's out there, but let's say one is struggling from the field. You send the one struggling from the field sort of to get him going.
Figures Harris nails the 3, missed the free.
Smith tied up nicely by Baker. Harris spins, and Harris having his way. 23 points for Harris.
Pistons cannot afford to exhale here. Got to keep going at it.
Harris to give him the lead, and he does. 81-80. It's the first lead for Detroit.
Team, and he's done that. Harris left open, and Tolliver sneaks in, and Harris finishes. Porzingis just stopped going after it.
Harris from 15 feet away.
Harris kicks it out. Stanley Johnson, right corner 3. Drummond grabs his offensive rebound. Quick putback, misses, but Harris right there. That was above the ceiling. It looked like he had a shot opportunity there. Harris shooting over Porzingis. That's good. 4-point
long arms. He's got mobility, and he certainly has confidence. I like the big fella. I enjoy watching him play.
Harris, the beneficiary of Drummond's hard work inside.
Reggie with the clock at 7 goes back to Tobias with it. He's got Brogdon on him. Drives him, scoops it, scores it.
I saw Andre coming. And that disrupted his concentration. Zach Randolph normally makes those shots.
Harris, a clean look at a 3. Buried it.
There it is. Certainly, Zach Randolph has great footwork.
14 for the former Spartan. Harris on a drive. Nice finish with the left hand.
And there's a 3 ball. 59-55.
Paulie Stein. He went to the bench early because of ineffectiveness. He's out there to start the second half. And Tobias Harris goes right at him.
Put pressure on the defense. He was right in the 8-foot area when he stopped. Here's Harris into the lane. And the Pistons on top now. Pistons on top 15-8. Another 3 ball. We see this every night, don't we? That's now 4 threes already for the concourses I've ever seen for an indoor facility. Spectacular job here that they did in downtown Detroit.
Yeah, you know, with the
Tigers snapping a 5-game losing streak to Indiana. Harris the basket and a foul.
But he's been playing pretty well. I mean, I think Nate's played him fine, but he's been as consistent at his position as anybody.
Harris with a big 3, his 5th.
This again is the end that I would be most concerned about. The way the Pacers are playing, that is a good shot. He just missed it.
Harris count the basket and a foul. They got the mismatch.
Taps in to Reggie Jackson. Tobias for 3, and it's through.
Yeah, because they know so far Moreland hadn't done anything.
That's a 3 by Harris, as Quinn said. 47% from 3-point. This is there. And now the Pistons the ball and a chance to take the lead. A Harris three.
He's shooting about 45% from that three-point line.
Saying it's his fault on that free throw, and that really wasn't even his fault, but are you seeing him a leader in this group?
Well, I think he wants to make himself that.
Here's Smith off to the races. Dennis with him stride for stride. Back up top, Harris firing. Good again.
But you know the difference in Ish Smith when he said that in the first half.
61-54. Harris left wide open. Boy, that's a defensive breakdown as hot as this kid's been.
5 points. Only taking 5 shots. Tobias down the lane, off the glass and got it. Hawks miss a floater. Tobias doesn't miss the triple. Reggie on the run. Tobias connects from distance. Austin Catholic, and of course, one of the all-time greats at the University of Detroit. Pistons out of the timeout. Tobias with a turn and gun, it goes.
Miami up by 4. The Waiters and Dragic each with 14. Oh my, Harris blew by James Johnson. Nobody there to help.
He blocks Whiteside. Here come the Pistons. Tobias with the triple. He has 23. Winslow with a deuce on the Miami end. He only has 4. Tobias from the wing. The long gun goes for Tobias.
With bodies in it. We had some fans tweet us, say, is the weather bad outside? Not really.
No, not that bad. And they got a winning team here in Detroit.
15 points now for Tobias Harris. June by the Pistons. Harris wide open.
Boy, he's shooting with confidence.
Drummond lobs it for Harris. James Johnson never turns his back.
3 off the bench for the Pistons as the Pistons get a stop on the Heat. Tobias, long gunning, it goes. Why not to 7?
They're fourth, they're fourth as a group. All their points, George, on triples.
Taking the threes, Tobias answers on the Pistons.
That's 72%. You're going to come down, I think, off of that considerably as the game tightens up in the fourth quarter. Going to be about defense.
Tobias Harris open, and he brings
do things with his body that most can't.
Tobias with a long gun, got it.
What competition?
Tobias Harris working up top. He drives with 4 on the shot clock. Henson was there for the block, couldn't stop him that time.
Eric Moreland and Andre Drummond, he played well in Detroit. Just basically a role guy, screen setter, offensive rebounder.
Tobias Harris with a 3.
Avery Bradley with the clock at 10. Backing in and scoring is Tobias. Down went Collison. Reggie Jackson, topside Tobias. Important hoop. Right down the middle for Tobias when the Pistons needed some.
He's out there as Harris goes one-on-one. Harris at the rim. So back-to-back baskets out of the timer. 10 and 4. It's the middle game of a 3-game road trip as Harris goes backdoor.
They got a back pick from.
This is with 4 starters and Luke Kennard on the court. Tobias to the basket, made sure that time. Great look at 13-9, Indiana. Tobias with the drive and the deuce. Bielitsa shovels it. Luke Kennard swipes it. Whips it to Ish. Deeper to Tobias for the dunk.
He's hit them both.
Wow. That was...
Belly was up on him, too.
Well done. That was contested, cold-blooded.
Tobias against Bielitsa, sends it, scores it, and draws the foul. Lansing this morning, too. As it was yesterday, and the Pistons warm up with a 3 from Tobias.
Missed their last 4 from downtown. Nice active hands by Stanley Johnson to get the basketball for Detroit. Harris through traffic.
Addition to their team.
Taj Gibson, no. Detroit looking to run. Harris with the finish. And that's the first bucket of the game for Tobias Harris and the first fast break points tonight for Detroit.
Kilter. It was like he double dribbled that time.
I think it may have gone off Bradley. Harris to the hole. On a soft slam, he was fouled. Jackson. Got it cut off. Here comes Tobias Harris, scooping and scoring.
Yeah, see, you play defense that long in the...
No, by Drummond. Here comes Bradley. Got an extra step in there. Long lunch. Tobias Harris for three.
Yeah, he's firing that ball, boy. You cannot mark on the building.
Yep, like he has just about every other building around the country. Tobias Harris got down that three. Boys, he's shooting the three ball well at 47.5%.